Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. Come on, come on. Bull run? Bull run? Alright guys, we're not in a bull run, okay? I'm just toying with you. We are not anywhere near a bull run for XRP right at this moment in time, although this is a good example of how charts can really deceive you. This is XRP on the daily. When you go on the hourly, wow, it looks a little better, and if you go on the 15-minute time frame, doesn't it look even better? Since we've been hodling for such a long time, we always have to look at these cryptocurrencies on longer time frames, because ultimately that's where we're going to really see our gains. Unless you are day trading, you really don't need to look at cryptocurrencies on anything less than, I'd say, a daily. Maybe the hourly, just in case you want to take a look at the near-term movement, but ultimately, guys, for big profits, daily or anything larger than that. So this is XRP on the daily. We have seen XRP move up a little bit. Right now, it's trading at 0.193. And Bitcoin trading at 7,300 approximately. So everything's up a little bit. Bitcoin dominance, though, gaining a little bit. And the market cap still holding strong at about 193.7 billion. So no real movement in the crypto space. Not a lot of money flooding out. It seems to be just the status quo for the moment. I saw this from A&B Crypto. So Ripple's David Schwartz predicts a diversification in blockchain landscape in 2020. So blockchain has always been synonymous with Bitcoin, and it's always kind of been finance related, payments related, currency transfers, digital currency transfer related, we'll say. So what is David Schwartz saying? Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies have become immensely popular, and this has cast a spotlight on the underlying decentralized ledger technology, blockchain. Blockchain tech has taken the world by storm, and its landscape has been evolving at a rapid pace. So David Schwartz predicts in 2020 that we will see blockchain diversifying into various use cases. In the last episode of the Ripple Drop, he said, "I always hate to try to predict the future," as we know he does, "but I think we are going to see more growth of blockchain into different use cases." According to the Ripple exec, there will be a fundamental shift in the blockchain landscape and more focus on addressing an actual problem. So he says, I think the focus is going to be, and this is, by the way, I'm going to say David Schwartz always tends to explain things in the exact perfect way. He says, I think the focus is going to be on, can you solve an actual problem? And not, do you have a solution that someone might be able to use for something? But do you have something that can solve an actual problem that people have? So far, we've always seen like, hey, look, my crypto can do this, my crypto can do that. Has anybody got this problem? Has anybody got this problem? I've got a solution already. Whereas David Schwartz is saying, look, blockchain is going to evolve in that we are going to be looking for problems and fixing them with blockchain, not the other way around, which is kind of hard to wrap your head around. But at the end of the day, that's kind of the way the world works. You know, that's how business works. Nobody comes up with solutions to problems that don't exist. There's always problems first, and then the most successful businesses have solutions for those problems, creating a better mousetrap in some cases, and not just having random cryptocurrencies floating around, solving problems that don't necessarily need to be solved, or, you know, maybe adding a little bit of extra value. It's those big, sweeping problems that need to be solved where we're going to see blockchain thrive, at least according to David Schwartz. So here is a chart here. So from 2017, 0.95, I think, yeah, this is spending in billions of US dollars. So 0.95, so 950 million was spent on blockchain development, 1.5 billion in 2018, 2.7 billion in 2019, and now they're projecting here into 2020 and 2023, 12.4 and 15.9 billion respectively. So a huge jump in blockchain development. And this, according to Statista, this is how much we will be spending in blockchain as the years go on. So some interesting statistics there. I saw this from the XRP Arcade, and this has to do with Everest. So Everest has done several projects with Ripple, considers it one of the most important companies in blockchain and DLT. So Everest, guys, an NTT data company. So as you know, I just recently did a video on NTT data a couple of days ago. So Everest is an NTT data company, and they are a multinational consulting firm that offers business and strategic solutions, developments, and maintenance of technical technical applications and outsourcing services. This is Everest's website, dedicated to consulting and outsourcing in all sectors with a turnover of 1.17 billion euros in the last financial year. We are a large family with 24,500 professionals across Europe, the USA, and Latin America. In 2014, Everest joined the NTT Data Group, the sixth largest IT services company in the world with 100,000 professionals and with offices in the Asia Pacific, the Middle East, Europe, Latin America, and North America. So part of the NTT Data Consortium, Everest is, and so this article goes on, Leonidas lists here a few videos and some, so this was from September 2017, so this is some old stuff. If you guys want to go back into the archive and take a look at some of this stuff, if you haven't seen it, this is from February 2019, Everest, NTT Data working with Ripple, but apparently there was a new video that just came out, December 2019, the most important companies in blockchain and DLT. So George Lesmus also appears in more recent videos in a presentation he gave on blockchain DLT on December 21st. It was an excellent presentation on blockchain and DLT with a few nuggets on Ripple. So he mentions the company a couple of times. Guys, this is a 38-minute presentation. I will link the article in the description. This video is near the bottom. It's just linked to a YouTube video, of course. And so he talks about how Ripple is important. It's one of the more important companies in blockchain and DLT. There are a couple quotes down here. We have done several projects using Ripple technology for doing cross-border payments, accelerating and reducing the cost it takes to send money overseas. Another one here, we have done corporate payments and treasury. It's super important nowadays that banks don't have a clear visibility in their Nostro and Vostro accounts and their liquidity position at any point in time. So again, guys, I won't play the full 38 minutes. If you want to watch it, it is here for you. Great information from XRP Arcade. Obviously, just, pointing to the fact that these companies really do love Ripple, want to work with them further. And of course, cryptocurrency regulations are what's holding us back at the moment for these companies to reach their full potential. And also for us XRP investors wanting that XRP token to go up in value because price will inevitably follow. I saw this from the Daily Hodl. So Ripple pushing for XRP expansion into Brazil, set to announce new banking partnerships in early 2020. And this came out yesterday, guys. Luis Antonio Sacco says the country's clear digital banking regulations are playing a key role in the company's expansion into Brazil, and Ripple is talking with the banks and regulators about utilizing XRP for remittances. So we all know Ripple is already working with Santander, Bradesco, and Rendimento, which use the company's payment messaging system, but so far none of these companies are utilizing XRP, and this sounds like the same thing all around the world, at least for most parts of the world, where they're partnered with banks but not using XRP. And of course, it's because it's illegal today, technically, to use XRP. Banks don't want to hold these cryptocurrency assets for fear that they will be slapped with fines by regulators. So Ripple launched a new office in Brazil back in July, and according to Sacco, roughly 30% of Ripple's total transaction volume is now moving through the country. So guys, think about it. 30% of the total volume of remittances is going through Ripple's X-Current, we'll call it right now, not using XRP. So think of it. Think of when those regulations come to pass. That 30% will automatically be going through XRP. Not only that, I'm sure that these countries will eventually ramp up, because the more they use the technology, the more they become comfortable with it, the more they realize, hey, look, this works. Now let's use the ODL. Instant transactions at a fraction of the cost. Everybody wins. We're excited to grow our ecosystem in the region and bring additional financial institutions onto RippleNet and help provide excellent, efficient cross-border payment experiences for their customers. Brazil is a leader in fintech innovation and positioned to forge a path for the rest of Latin America to follow. So amazing news. Ripple also looking to expand into other South American countries, including Chile, Peru, and Argentina. So Ripple doing what they're doing, forging ahead, solidifying. They haven't slowed down in 2019, and it doesn't sound like they're going to in 2020. And we all know that Ripple is not just a company that is looking to search for new business. They are also in the business, whether they like it or not, of education. And so this has been a pain point for 2019. Ripple to focus on addressing fake volumes in 2020. And we know a lot of these exchanges are not reporting volume properly, but Ripple is taking it upon themselves to address this issue. And so it all started with the Bitwise Asset Management Report that was released earlier this year. And they were talking about how, Bitcoin trading volume reported by CoinMarketCap was up to... So CoinMarketCap was reporting $6 billion per day in Bitcoin, wherein some cases, it was actually only 273 million. So this is as per this article here, or nearly 4.5 of the reported amount, which was highly exaggerated. So fake volume is a problem because if we are looking at these charts here, okay, let me go to Bitcoin for a second. And we're thinking, so this was the bull rally back in the summer. Okay, and we're seeing large volume bars. We're assuming there's a lot of volume to fulfill these buy and sell orders, but if it's a lie and there isn't that volume and somebody says, well, you know, I could sell all this cryptocurrency, I could sell all this Bitcoin and there will be enough buy orders to fulfill my sell, and that's fake, well, then what do we see? We see the market go down. We see it shoot down quickly. Now, the same can happen in reverse. Nevertheless, it's what we want is we want to have an honest representation of what the market is doing. So Brianne Madigan addressed this in a Ripple Drop episode. We think a lot about this at Ripple, and we have made some noise about it. This isn't reading right. Fake volumes in the industry, persistent of fake volumes in the industry, and that is a problem that has gotten a lot of noise and attention in the past year. But surprisingly, we have not seen much progress been made. So that is something we continue to focus on in 2020. So Ripple is indeed working with trusted partners, as they say in the industry, to understand the scope and scale of the problem. The firm reportedly evaluated its approach to XRP volume reporting, including reviewing new options and requirements for sourcing market data while taking on a more conservative approach to XRP sales in the second quarter of 2019. There have been growing concerns regarding the true nature of the figures provided by the exchanges, and the problems of fake volume is still a reality that plagues the industry. However, another research conducted after the Bitwise report showed a decline in exaggerated figures. According to Chainalysis finding, crypto exchanges appear to have stopped reporting fake figures. While a few of the platforms were still allegedly misreporting numbers, a majority of the exchanges, however, have stepped aside from this. So, from Chainalysis' findings, it sounds as though this problem is rectifying itself, or rather, these exchanges are realizing, okay, we can't do this. This is, this industry is becoming regulated slowly, and if we want to keep our good name, we have to play ball. We want to be seen as a legitimate company, and so this is the problem. When you go from Wild West to legitimacy, I suppose, a lot of these companies started off in an area that wasn't regulated, and so everybody was just doing whatever they wanted, and it didn't matter. You weren't going to get penalized for it. You weren't going to get punished. You did what you did. You made your money. You got in. You got out. But now we're seeing a different landscape. Now we're seeing regulation, and it seems to me that Ripple is really the only company. Well, not the only company, but they are one of the biggest companies out there that deals with cryptocurrencies. And they want to prove to governments, they want to prove to regulators, to banks, that this is legitimate, that we can use blockchain, that we can use XRP as that asset to transfer value, and it won't be a problem for the people, and it won't be a problem for government. So it's in their best interest to do this, and I'm glad they're doing it. Guys, finally this from XRP Crypto Wolf. XRP might end up being one of the worst performing cryptocurrency percentage gains wise in 2019. But I have a great feeling that it'll be the best performing crypto asset in 2020. Regulatory clarity is all that XRP needs for Ripple to launch more on-demand liquidity corridors, and this is just it. Regulation, regulation, regulation. This is going to be the key for XRP. Once we see that sweeping regulation, the demand for XRP will rise, the volumes will therefore rise, and the need for XRP will rise. And guys, who holds XRP? I'd say the XRP army holds a significant amount. Anyways, that's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.